everybody, here we are back with our four ladies fighting against the King in Yellow. We've had our first casualty. Diane has gone insane. And I've also made a mistake. Actually, I've made two mistakes. Number one, our friend Zoe has been in the same location as the Gnof Kech for several turns. Each investigator on this space loses 1 health at every reckoning. Now, she has been in the same space as the Gnof Kech for 2 reckonings, so I should have taken off 2 health for that. In addition, she was also fighting the Gnof Kech and she didn't take any sanity damage. She passed all of the horror checks. Now, when she does that, her special ability allows her to roll 1 additional die when doing a combat check. I never did that either. So basically, I've taken off 2 health for Diane, which means she's at 1 health now, so she's at death's door. But I've also rolled 2 additional dice to see would she inflicted 2 more damage, which she didn't. So she failed. So now we need to do a couple of things, because if there's going to be another reckoning this round, Zoe will die. So we have to move her out of there. So what we're going to do is we're going to move her out of here, and she will do a rest action, and then she will encounter our friend Diane in hospital, or in the loony bin rather. In addition, we have this terrible rumor. We have 2 more rounds to solve it, which is not going to happen because we would need to fight this monster and it has a toughness of 6. That's not going to happen because we would need even 2 rounds to get there because it's nowhere near where anybody is. So it means that when this rumor ticks over, we will lose all clues on the board. And also everybody needs to discard their clues. So now we have a really big problem because we need clues to work on our mystery. We have 5 open gates at this stage. We cannot close any gates while this rumor up here is still in play. And we also have cultists, and every cultist that we have will actually count towards the limit when we do the dice rolling. So now we need to act really quickly. I actually believe that we will lose this game, but we will keep playing. We will keep playing. We can do this. So number 1 is we will have a new investigator. Her name is Trish Scarborough. She's the spy. So basically she has strength 7, sanity 5, 1 law, 3 influence, 4 observation, 3 strength and 2 will. She can actually generate clues. She starts in central Russia, which is also quite good because she can then hop to Tunguska to fight one of the cultists there, and she has a 1 point and a 45 automatic. The problem is the 45 automatic has already been taken, so I will not follow the rules in this. I gave her a different gun which does pretty much the same. She gets a 45 Colt revolver. So let's see. Everyone expected great things from Trish when she was young. In school she excelled in athletics and the sciences, but she surprised everyone after graduation by settling into a humble position at a commercial code company. What almost no one knows is that this particular company is a front for the Bureau's code-breaking agency, the Black Chamber. Now she finds herself in the city of Krasnoyarsk, meeting another agent who has important information about an impending threat from a world beyond our own. All right, so we have Trish Scarborough already set up in the middle of nowhere. So now at least we know what this particular spot number 16 actually is. It's Krasnoyarsk. So we're going to set her up. We will also pick her personal story. Trish Scarborough. Am I actually working for the government, or is the agency using me to undermine the real government? That was the key question that Trish set out to answer when she came to Arkham. Hopefully she would find her answer in the archives of the Arkham Advertiser, but if not, perhaps she could try Miskatonic University. Well, she's far away from that. Pass. Who's in charge? If Trish gets 2 or more clue tokens in one round, place exposed to the light in play. If any player loses 2 or more clue tokens in one round due to conditions or card effects, not rerolls or exchanges for Eldritch tokens or trading, place shadows in play. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. We also need to draw a personal story for Trish that a relationship card for her and Lola Hayes, and it's Survivor. Either you or your partner may exhaust this card before making a will check to gain a +1 to the check. That's good, because Trish actually only has a will of 2, so that's going to be really handy for her. All right, so in order to do a couple of things right this time around and not to make such a mess as we did last time, because I haven't been playing really well, we're going to change the player order. The first player for the time being was Lola. Now it's going to be Lily, because Lily really needs to pass this test so that we can actually start closing gates. Next up will be Lola. Lola will go to Istanbul to fight this, and hopefully Lily will close the gate, will solve this rumor so that we can actually start closing gates. Next up then is Lola. She will encounter this cultist, and Trish will encounter that cultist, and they will also try to close or stop the performances. And our friend Diane is actually, Zoe is actually just going to go and travel and then do a rest action, and then she's going to, for her encounter, talk to Diane Stanley in the loony bin. Okay, so here we go. We have a plan. Let's look at Lily Chen. Lily Chen has 2 actions in the action phase. Action 1 will be she will take a rest action. She gets 1 sanity. And she will also do a focus action. She will do some yoga and she will get 1 focus item, a focus token. Next up is Lola. She's going to do a rest action, which gives her 1 sanity. And she will then move to Istanbul. Next up is Trish Scarborough. She doesn't need to do any resting or anything because she's at full health of 7. Her stamina is 7, and her sanity is 5, so she is fine. So she's going to do a focus action to get a focus token, and then she's going to move to Tunguska. Next up we have the action phase, the encounter phase. So let's look at Lily. All eyes are on Lily. This is now really important. Lily needs to fly over the Arctic Circle. I'm just going to read the story again. As an encounter, an investigator on Space 13 may fly a plane over the Arctic ice to scout for the source of these unusually intense northern lights. Test observation. Her observation is 2, but she has a secret agent which enhances her observation by 1, so she gets 3 dice. And she fails again. So now she's going to use her trinket, her lucky rabbit's foot, which allows her to reroll 1 die. And she fails again. I don't believe this. So she's going to use her focus action. People, this is horrible. And she passes. Yay, 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 yay. Now she needs to spend clue tokens equal to half the number of investigators to solve this rumor. So she has 2 clue tokens. We have 4 investigators, so she puts these in the reserve. Finally, whew, I thought this was never going to happen, which means we can now actually close gates. Woohoo! Okay, I mean, Lily made it really... That was Lily, you know. Next time, I don't want to have as many problems. Oh yeah, actually we forgot our dear friend Zoe. Zoe's going to move and she's also going to do arrest action. So she's going to get 1 sanity back and 1 health. Okay, so yeah, sorry, forgot about her. I was all excited. Okay, next up is Lola Hayes. Lola is going to encounter the cultist, or she's going to fight the cultist. Cultists have a -1 to will tests and a -1 to strength tests. Now, Lola Hayes has a will of 5, so she rolls 4 dice. And she's going to add her special die that she gets for completing her her personal story. And she passes, but she still loses 1 sanity. Okay, so it's a good thing we added this 1 die. I'm not doing really well when it comes to die rolling these days. Next up, we're going to use her, the maximum damage of the cultists is 2, but she has a special ally which brings it down to 1. And she's going to use her blunderbuss, which gives her +2. She has a strength of 2, and she rolls 3 dice. And she needs 1 success. And she gets 2 successes. Well done. Excellent. So this cultist is history. Very well done. And she doesn't take any physical damage. Next up is Trish Scarborough. She's also going to fight the cultist. So what she's going to do is she is going to, first of all, her will is 2. -1, because the cultist has a -1 rating. She will use the survivor personal story between herself and Lola Hayes, which gives her 2 dice. And she rolls 2 successes. Brilliant. She doesn't take any damage. Now she needs to attack. She has a 45 Colt revolver, which gives her +3. So she gets to roll 6 dice because she has strength 3. She needs to remove 1 die and she needs 2 successes. And she gets 1 success. Okay, so that's not good. So she takes 1 damage. But she she has a focus token. I missed that. Okay, let's roll another die. And it's a 2nd success. Brilliant. So this cultist bites the dust too. He's history. Well done. Let's remove the focus token. Okay, so at the moment, it almost looks like my well-laid plans are finally working. So now, let's see. We are meeting Diane in the insane asylum. So I'm going to pick up the card. I'm going to read the text to you. It's obviously Diane, but she claims to be a woman named Iris who has lived in the city her whole life. In her trash you find Diana's things, gain all of her possessions. It's clear that she has disassociated from her former life. You share all of your memories of Diane to restore her identity. Test influence. Now, well, her influence isn't the best, but she has 1 reroll and 2 focus tokens. And she passes. Brilliant. If you pass, she tells you of the horrors that brought her to this state. Retreat Doom by 1. Doom isn't really a problem in this game for us. It's more lack of clue tokens. Okay, So basically Diane goes, well, she's obviously decided that this is no longer her. She is, she's better off denying who she really is. I mean, I can't say I blame her. It's been horrible, obviously, but we have her possessions. And we also retracted June by 1, which is not so bad. So if we're going to lose, we're probably going to lose because we're running out of cards, and not so much because we're running out of Doom. Okay, so encounter. So first of all, what do we get? We get a Vatican missionary, instill bravery, clairvoyance, wither, and the curse condition goes away. Of course, she can't attract her curse, which is good. So we're going to give all of this stuff to our friend Diane at the moment. Zoe at the moment. She's not going to keep this, but just for the moment. And next up we have Lola Hayes, and she's going to attend the King in Yellow performance in Istanbul. That's actually the wrong type of card that I just picked. A grisly discovery. You visit the theatre during a rehearsal and take the time to explore the back rooms while you wait for the performers to finish. Behind a door that has been painted to look fake, you find the flayed corpse of a young woman, evidently killed recently. Test will. Now, Lola Hayes' will is 5. And she passes easily. Sorry, you couldn't really see that. She has 3 successes. You stifle a cry and brace yourself to confront the performers who must be in on the crime. Sneaking up on them as the rehearsal comes to an end, you manage to get the advantage. You are ambushed by a riot but receive a +4 bonus to combat. If you defeat the riot, end this performance. All right, so we pull out a riot monster. Okay, now this is going to be interesting. Let's see. So that is the riot monster. There is no will check. And before resolving the strength test, you may attempt to disperse the mob by rolling your influence. Okay, I mean her influence is 5. -1 is 4, so she gets to roll 4 dice. There's one hiding in there. Let's see. And she passes, so even without having to shed any blood, that's good. So she has managed to end this performance. Well done, Lola. Next up is Trish, and she is in Tunguska, and she is attending the performance there. And here we go. Let it rain. A buzz of anticipation fills the cool evening air. A perfect night for an outdoor show in Tunguska, I don't think so. And the swell of the crowd shows that many feel the same way. A shame it has to end. Weather magic can be tricky, as the forces that control the winds are fickle and strange. You begin your incantation. Check lore -1. Her lore is actually only 1. But in this game, you get to roll always 1 die, at least. So let's all keep our fingers crossed. Can Trish do it? Yes! Trish manages to pass this test. A deep bellow of thunder cracks open the sky, and the first heavy drops of rain start to splash down around you. Audience members look at each other with concern, then panic as the sky above opens wide and belches forth a torrent that quickly soaks the ground. End this performance, then test will. If you pass, gain 1 clue. If you fail, lose 1 sanity. Okay, so first of all, we end this performance. Woohoo! Secondly, okay, we're going to remove this now because she is gone. She goes back in the box. If I can open this box, that is. Okay. So now we're going to test Trish's will, which is 2. And she passes 2. So if you pass, gain 1 clue. If you fail, lose 1 sanity. So she gains a clue. And that is this round. Now, of course, we will have to see what we do with these clues. But because this is one thing that I don't like about this game. You have clues, but you can only put them onto mysteries if you... when an investigator successfully stops a performance, place that performance token on this card. At the end of the mythos phase, if there are performance tokens on this card equal to the number of investigators, solve this mystery. All right, so we just stopped 2 performances. Here we go. Brilliant. Okay, well done. It helps if you actually read what you're doing. So, brilliant. Now, what are we going to do next? First of all, we're going to have a mythos phase. Hopefully this is not a reckoning, but it will... Oh, no, it's not. Brilliant. First of all, the Omen track advances. Blue constellation. We have no blue constellation gates. Monster search. We don't have any blue constellation so we need to spawn 1 gate. And it spawns in the pyramids. And we get a cultist. We also spawn 2 clues. One in space 16. What a coincidence. And 1 in the Plateau of Leng, which we're not playing with. And 1 in Rome. So that's not too bad. Having said this, in 2 reckonings time, all of these clues will go. So what we need to do is we need to end more performances. And the good thing is that we have 2 performances just around the corner, actually. Yeah. Lola Hayes is going to take the one in the pyramids. She's going to rest, and she's going to take this one in the pyramids. And Lily Chen, who is the strongest at the moment, the most healthiest, is going to prepare for travel. And then she's going to take this one here so that we can maybe in the next mythos phase actually close this. So let's see what the card says. You have your head in, you hang your head in exhaustion and frustration. You jump suddenly when a hand rests on your shoulder. To your relief, you find out that it's the local priest. Have faith, my child, he tells you. Your good works have not gone unseen. Your brave acts are making a difference. The lead investigator gains a blessed condition. In this case, the lead investigator is actually Lily Chen. Woohoo! I mean, considering that she was basically condition girl, that was good. So she gets a blessed condition. Let's see how long she keeps this one, because the last time somebody was blessed, they actually lost it straight away again. She gets a blessed condition. Okay. So, what are we going to do next round? Well, Lily, like I said, is going to travel to Rome. And Zoe is going to travel to Istanbul and take a rest action there. And she'll have an encounter there. The idea is that she will meet up with Lily Chen so that she can actually pass over all of the stuff that she got from Diane. Yes. And we will just have to hope for the best that nobody goes insane. At the moment, every time we have a reckoning, we potentially lose 2 sanity. Next up, this would be Lola Hayes, who loses her mind. Yeah, so she definitely needs to rest. And we need some luck. Rolling dice. Let's see. Yeah, and Trish Scarborough is going to... She's going east to get to San Francisco. So she's going to move to Space 19. And she's going to prepare for travel, which would bring her to San Francisco on the next turn. Next turn we will also move, if the Omen track moves, we will go into Act 3. Okay, so sounds like a plan. We will switch over to the first player, Lola Hayes again. Okay, here we go. Talk to you soon.